The Kansas City real estate market update for March 2021. Hi everybody, it's Mike Bryant with eXp Realty, and I wanted to make this quick market update video today, recapping the numbers in the real estate market. Before I get into the content, I want to encourage you to like this video and to also subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I post new content. So let's just get into this here. Well, much has been said and written in the last 6 months or so about the crazy market that we're in, historically low inventory levels. Most of you are probably quite aware of this, but I do want to review some numbers here at the end of the video. We'll go over some actual data from the Kansas City Regional Association of Realtors, and it'll back up a lot of what we're feeling in the market. But I'm actually seeing a term being used, and that is a housing availability crisis. Now, whether or not something's a crisis or not is a little bit of conjecture, but we're getting to this point in the inventory levels where it does actually feel like we're at a crisis level. So most of you are aware of it. You've heard stories or you've read articles about how tight the market is, how hard it is to get properties under contract if you're a buyer. And if you're a seller or you know a property in your neighborhood that has gone on the market recently, then you know it's really a feeding frenzy, and that has not waned at all. In fact, that's actually accelerated in the last 6 months or so, I would say. Okay, so what I want to do now is pull up a chart from the Kansas City Regional Association. They put a monthly data chart out called the FastStat, and they have some other charts and graphs too. I actually publish this on a weekly newsletter that I send out to my database, my email database. So some of you may have seen this, but let's look at it now. So you'll see here it says for February of 2021, and there were 2,480 homes sold in February. This is actually up 6.4% from February of 2020. So that's kind of amazing. You might be thinking, how are we up in volume if there's such low inventory? Well, we are up in volume of units sold. That shows what the demand metric really is. Really a slight increase, but here's the real kicker. The bottom left number, 62.3% down is the inventory number. So we're getting the same number or slightly more houses sold with a third of the inventory that we had last year. So that just tells you all by itself how crazy that is. You'll see at the upper right, the average sale price of $286,500 almost. That is 21% above last year. So if you're a homeowner and you're sitting on a home, it may not have gone up 20% in the last year, but the overall pricing structure in the market is up 21%. And then this bottom number, this month's supply of market, I'll link to a video here above that I've shot a couple of months ago where I explained the MSI metric and how that is calculated. It's a simple mathematical equation, but the month supply of inventory is really how we measure whether we're in a seller's market or a buyer's market. And 6 months of inventory is sort of the midline, the baseline of what would be called a perfectly balanced market. Really anywhere between 5 months and 7 months of inventory is sort of a balanced market. And if you get less than 5 months of inventory, you're really into more of the seller market territory, and over 7 months of inventory, more of the buyer market territory. So we've seen this number continue to shrink. And in February of 2020, 1 year ago, that month's supply of inventory number stood at 2.0. This year, it's 0.7, so less than half. That's 3 weeks of inventory. So if you're selling 2,500 homes a month and you've only got 3 weeks of inventory, you don't have much to choose from. And there's continuing to be new homes being put on the market, but they go so fast, there's literally no shelf life. So that's what the numbers say. So really nothing out of the ordinary shocking there. We kind of have seen this coming. But what does this really mean for you? Well, if you're a homeowner, you're in a great spot if you get to the point where you're ready to sell. But the problem many homeowners are facing that would like to sell is sellers oftentimes feel like, gosh, I'd kind of like to downsize or I'd like to upsize, but the market, I don't think I can buy anything right now, and I don't want to sell and then not have a place to go. So we're seeing new strategies being deployed right now in the marketplace for sellers to be able to figure out, okay, how are we going to approach getting our house sold, which we know is not going to be a problem in this market that we're in, but also being able to navigate moving to a suitable, to a preferred place before I sell and getting all that done. There are various approaches that we can take. So if you're in that situation and you're thinking about how would I navigate this, please reach out to me, comment below, or drop me a line, and let's talk about it, because there may be definitely some opportunities for us to explore where we can get you moved from point A to point B in the most efficient way possible, so you're not moving twice or renting short term or doing anything like that. Secondly, if you're a buyer or if you're contemplating buying in 2021 and you understand the market dynamics that we're in, it is just really difficult to buy right now, but it's not impossible to buy. So it's important that you align yourself with a real estate professional that knows how to navigate this market, that understands how to position you as a buyer in order to win these bids when they come along. So we worked with a buyer this week and got under contract, an all cash buyer from out of town, and it's very, very tricky. They lost out on several properties that they had bid on, and that's kind of part of the situation. But we know how to strategize that and how to position your offer and to dialogue with the listing agent to try to discover what are those important elements that the seller's looking for that we can try to meet on our end. So there are definitely some strategies and some game plans that need to be built. If you're contemplating buying, again, I encourage you to comment below or reach out to me and let me know what you'd like to do, and I'd be glad to jump in and have a no obligation consultation with you. We can do in person or we can do a Zoom call, whatever works out best for you, and we'll be glad to talk to you about it. So with that, that's the market update. In short, the market is absolutely crazy. It is very difficult to navigate, but people are buying homes when they're fortunate enough to win the bid. And homes are being sold very, very rapidly. So it is a very fast moving thing. I hope everyone is enjoying the spring weather. Again, I encourage you to subscribe if you like this video content and hit that notification bell. And I'll look forward to seeing you on the next video. Until then, it's Mike Bryant. Take care, and we'll see you soon.